Look!
Listen.
Taylor.
Oh, where's the episode number? I'm too far down. Look and listen, everybody. It's
104.
Hey, 104.
Hey,
Horizons number 56. Welcome, everybody, to Look, Listen, Cast. I'm just going to call it Look, Listen, Cast because what I came to the realization of, Geese Peep and Taylor, we say Geese Peep here. I don't think anybody said Guyera in about a year and a half. So, Look, Listen, Cast. There's Taylor, but Geese and Guyera still rolls off the tongue. So I don't know what to do.
And my brand is so strong. You got to have me in there.
Yeah, you got to have Geese Peep because there's so much you can do with Geese Peep. Geese. Peep of the week. I mean, everything. Come on, guys. Now, come on.
What's geesing, you know?
Now, guys, listen. You know how structured this podcast about Pokemon and other things is.
Same every week.
But before we get into the first segment of the week, which some may call Geese's Geese of the Week, what's Geesing with Geese? I have a couple things I need to get off my chest. First of all, Geese Peep and I were supposed to be haircut twins today, but it doesn't look like Geese Peep has a haircut.
I had to reschedule. My stylist called me and she was like, I'm not going to be in there. There was a schedule change. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I'll see you Friday.
You can't reschedule a vow of honor.
Yeah.
She rescheduled on me.
That's a good point.
That's not allowed. I've been watching so much Fire and Blood lately, and let me tell you, there would be consequences, Geese.
House of Dragon, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Well, the book, yeah, it makes sense. But more importantly than the haircut twins, there's something that is my biggest pet peeve of all time, and this is going to act as a PSA to all human beings on the planet. Guys, listen carefully, because, look, I've been the victim of this so many times. Let me paint you a picture with words. You are at an intersection, okay? The little signal to walk is going across. There's some other absolute, oh, God, give me a synonym for somebody who's dumb, because I need one that's not a swear word. A doofus.
Gooferino.
You get a couple doofuses right alongside you in the gosh darn walk signal. You're walking across the street. You got your guy. There's a car who's gonna turn right, and he's following the law, guys. He went to go get his driver's license. What do they tell you in school, everybody? It's yield to pedestrians. So what has happened to me about 5 times where I'm just about to lose it? I'm walking across the crosswalk, and the doofuses stop in the middle of the crosswalk, hand up, and tell the car to go. Oh, you doofuses. You are going to kill people doing that. You are crossing the crosswalk. It's your turn to go. You don't need to stop in dangerous traffic to tell the car, oh, it's okay, go ahead. It's not your turn to go, but I'd like to kill my fellow pedestrians. Geese, what was that?
I just said, run me over.
It's more than a pet peeve. It's just this behavior I've noticed that is so wildly dangerous. And these doofuses, thank you for the word, Taylor.
You're welcome.
These doofuses think they're just being kind and polite. Oh, I'm in no rush. Here, vehicle, illegally turn right now and kill everyone. They think they're being nice. They don't see me.
Weird.
They don't see me. I don't yell at people ever. I had my headphones in and I said, don't tell them to go, as I walk past them and just keep walking, because what is going through their minds?
It has to be people who aren't from places where people actually use crosswalks.
Correct. It has to be from like suburban people. They're picturing they're walking across the street illegally in their neighborhood and see a car going. They're not picturing, oh, I'm in a big city with a bunch of pedestrians. They have no idea. They only think of themselves and not that there could be people around them. Yeah, that's my PSA. Please, let's all follow the rules of the road. Even if you're walking illegally, vehicles must yield to pedestrians. That's how we all stay alive and safe. So don't, as a pedestrian, stop in the middle of the street and tell a car, oh, come on along. You can go 100 miles an hour. you should go first. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, guys. So that's what I had to say about that. Geese Beep, it's time. It's time for Geese Beep's Geese of the Week. What's been geesing with Geese? Taylor, can you please say
what you geesing, Geese? What's been geesing with you?
I saw an owl yesterday.
Sick!
It was a great horned owl. It was funny because Aaron and I saw it a couple of days prior, and we were so stunned that we did not take a picture of it, even though it very slowly flew across the sky.
She was in awe of the owl and also had to fight a team of spiders with her swords and fire magic spell.
Good job, Geese.
Aaron and I went outside the apartment to originally take a photo of the sky because it was storming, but the sun was coming through, so it was all orange. And we went out, and then Aaron saw that the owl was in the tree. And we took photos of the owl, and we went to go back inside, and there were 3 giant spiders, one on the handle. So we were like, no, thank you. We went down the stairs to the other entrance of the apartment, and there was also a spider on that door. But Aaron was very strong and courageous and opened the door for me.
That's very nice. Also, for audio listeners, here's an amusing anecdote for you. When Geese Peep said it was orange outside, she's wearing an orange shirt and orange cap. So fun. It's a fun fact. That's so sick, Geese. Did you want to talk about thrifting this week in Geese's Geese of the Week? What's been geesing with Geese?
Oh, Aaron and I just went thrifting because it was too hot this weekend to go outside. And we got some art and a recycling bin.
Ooh. Yeah, it's been hot over here, too. Oh, my God. Sweating so much. Thank goodness I found some shade on GoFest Day. Necrozma Day, too. Which we'll talk about more later.
Boy, will we ever.
Geese Peep, does that conclude your Geese and Geese of the Week this time with Geese? What's been Geese with Geese?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
yeah. What do you want from me?
That, of course. What do you want from me? Taylor?
Hold on.
What does she have a whole team at her back that she nods and...
You get PR people, Geese?
I have a whole team. I run a tight shift.
I'm
done. Yep. Thanks.
Ship.
Is she leaving the call?
Geese, you good?
Taylor, it's now time for you know what section.
Poke. Sorry, it's been a week.
Yeah,
it's been a week. Is it my turn for talking, Taylor? Me first?
I'm just saying, what's the name of the next segment?
What to watch and play and eat and goof and laughing.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
This week, guys, I watched a little film called Longlegs. It's a horror movie. It's all about Geese Peep and her long legs.
Ooh, congratulations,
so
Geese.
A 9-foot tall Italian woman.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. The proportion of leg to torso on me.
Yeah. I didn't know what to expect about this movie at all. I love going into a movie where it seems very mixed.
I love movie.
Yeah, I love movie.
Good job, Geese.
I think this movie has a high Rotten Tomatoes score. It's not bad. There was some legitimately spooky moments, and when I watched them, I thought, ooh, I need to keep that in mind because I watch a lot of horror movies. I don't even know why. I don't know how I fell into this life of I watch a bunch of horror movies. It wasn't a conscious decision.
Happened to me too.
But it just happens to be the case. But there were a couple moments that went, ooh, that was kind of spooky. And I so very rarely, very well, we get that feeling. So I'm happy that I managed to get some spooks out of the movie.
Horror movies are just so cool because they're normally real low budget, so you get a lot of very artistic stuff, and there are always stakes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have this character has to survive forever.
That's what I was going to say. You probably watch more horror movies because they just make more horror movies because you can do it low budget. They're one of like the few genres of movies where people don't really care about budget as much.
Yeah, like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Very cheap.
And because you have AMC whatever, you probably see more horror movies because they make them more.
You should know it's the same as Southwest A-list.
Yeah.
I want to tell you guys more about the movie, but I think it may be better not spoiling. Like, I was going to tell you the name of one of the actors in the movie, and I was going to tell you what I felt about the ending. Yes. Question from Geese?
Yes, Geese.
I heard that it was more of a thriller than like a traditional spooky.
Whoa!
Is that true?
I'm seeing it tomorrow. Whoa.
Okay, Taylor, close your eyes, and I'm going to nod my head or shake it.
Ooh, I'm going to take out my earbuds too, so I can't
hear it. While I tell you to close your ears. Okay. I made gestures and head movements towards Geese.
Did you finish? Did you do it? Sick.
Yes.
I'm not spoiled at all.
And then Taylor and I did Big Giant Go Fest. I guess Taylor can talk more about that later. We caught millions of Necrozmas. I got one shiny Necrozma day one. He's an Ultra Beast from a different dimension. He confused with Solgaleo and Lunala. And he's the big old bad guy in Sun and Moon.
What does he look like?
He's actually he's a big giant series of prisms. He's not from this dimension, so all the Ultra Beasts look very weird. But he's actually, when he fuses into his ultimate golden light form, I think it's the hardest battle in any Pokemon game ever. I actually had to grind to beat the ultimate form of Necrozma. Also, like I discussed before, actually I didn't go into detail too much, but Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are having a bunch of cool little outbreaks going on with a boosted shiny odds. So I finally, after years of trying, got a shiny Alolan Raichu, and I'm so excited, and I got a shiny Mimikyu.
What was the feeling when you finally got that?
It was so sick because I've had a million shiny Pikachus, and I've just been waiting for a way to evolve it Alolan, and they should have done that in DLC 2, honestly, where all the Alolan Pokemon are. If you bring a Poke, they should evolve Alolan, but they don't.
Interesting.
And then finally,
I always hear stories in Pokemon specifically. You get this a lot, which I think is really cool about the IP. You have people who have been hunting stuff, as you were, for years, and that's so sick. I can't think of another game like that.
I mean, I wasn't actively hunting. I mean, I was trying to find it, but an active hunt, I would have got it a long time ago if I was spending all my time.
But then you were trying,
And finally in playing, I played the launch PS2 game because it just launched on PlayStation Plus Extra today. Or Premium. That's right, Summoner. One of the worst games I've ever had the misfortune of touching. Taylor, I was laughing so hard. Please look at the doc and look at the screenshots I posted. It's the most "some enemies take damage" dialogue I've ever seen in my life, by far. And I'll never forget,
this is good.
I'll never forget my friend in elementary school, AJ. He would, every day, instead of eating lunch, he would just save his lunch money and not tell his parents that he didn't eat lunch. And then he used all that money to buy Summoner on PS2.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Shouts out AJ.
Oh, he's starved for this.
Taylor, would you like to read the text aloud?
Yes. So the image is very good. It looks like he has some kind of worm behind him in that shadowy little portrait. Joseph can be moved using the left analog stick. To move forward, push the stick forward. Pulling the stick back causes Joseph to move towards the camera. It's
Taylor
very
forgot to put parentheses away from you and parentheses toward you.
I thought it was just good as to move forward, push forward.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's funnier to say what forward is. It's the direction away from you.
That's very true. That's very true.
And then the second image, which the combat's terrible in this game. Every button I tried to press to, play a video game just opened a new menu. So finally, I found combat, and it says, during combat, numbers appear over the characters' heads. Numbers in white represent damage to enemies. Numbers in yellows represent damage to Joseph and his friends. Who needs to be told that? In the year 2000 even. I think we've covered the idea of damage numbers. I think.
That's like an early 90s thing.
That's something crazy.
It's like green would have been the only way they could have made that more obvious. Like yellow is a very unusual damage.
Yeah, green
number.
should be healing. And then finally, in my eating, I ate more Philly cheesesteaks because I ate all the Philly cheesesteaks in Philadelphia, so now I want more Philly cheesesteaks elsewhere. And that's just the rest of my life now. And Geese, what else did I eat that you convinced me to eat, even though I wasn't going to eat it?
An ube malasada from Donut Place.
Yep, Sidecar Donuts, the best donuts, at least in California, potentially the world. I'm not big into ube. I don't like sweet potatoes. But Geese said, try it anyway. You may like it. And she was right. It was pretty good. I had a hot, fresh malasada full of ube. Purple yams. And that concludes my watching, playing, eating. Geese Peep, take it away. It is now your turn. Talk about all the stuff you watched and played.
And ate.
I didn't watch or play anything. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay. All right. So in my watching...
Taylor, shut your gam.
Listen. Isn't it gams?
Let me talk.
It's not plural.
It's my segment now. Look, I've been incredibly busy at work. I have not had the time to consume media content, okay? And I don't want to hear from you two. But I have been eating, which I need to do to survive. So Aaron has been cooking, which is great because I hate cooking and I love to eat. He's made pasta salad with summer vegetables and chicken, which was yum, 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 yum. He's made onigiri, which is yum, 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 yum. And he got the Trader Joe's crunchy chocolate chip cookies. They are delicious, but they are addicting. And he's had to hide them for me every single day because I eat too many and hurt my tummy.
No.
So good.
Oh.
Trader Joe, shouts out.
Trader.
Shouts out.
Shouts out. Well, that sounds delicious, Geese Peep. Thank you for sharing. Taylor, just go ahead, Taylor.
Yeah, everybody get your size out of your system because I'm taking it away. I was stranded in San Diego for the hurricane.
There was a hurricane. It's called Barrel, like Donkey Kong.
Oh, sick. It's almost Merrill.
Like the gem. You know, like emerald is a type of barrel.
I did not know that.
And Garnet is a barrel.
Garnet from the Golden Sun.
And Final Fantasy IX.
She prefers dagger.
That's true. And barrels are mainly for those pickles. What are those things called that Steiner has to hide in? It's the vegetable. It's like a pickle equivalent that
Gherkin?
Smells. No, but it might be something like that. I don't know.
What did Taylor do this week in San Antonio?
No, I was in San Diego. So my mother was texting me whenever she had service, talking to me about the power outages, and everybody that would periodically reach out would be like, hey, my window's broke and all of this and everything. And I would say, well, I burned my shins a little because I was kayaking too long. Oh. And I felt so bad.
I hope they had power banks at least.
My mom did not. No, she did, but not enough for like 5 days.
Man.
So we came back a couple days after the storm hit and went to pick her up, brought her back, and immediately began moving apartments. So that's what's been so busy for me, which is also why I couldn't fully participate in GoFest. It was very difficult, and I just kept having to invite at the one gym that's near me.
So if anybody's unfamiliar, GoFest, once a year, lots of shinies, lots of raids, get your shiny everything, and boy, did we ever spend a lot of time raiding and catching shinies. Well, some of us got shinies.
Yeah, I actually got some good Ultra Beast shinies, all the ones I wanted, and I got 2 shiny Necrozmas, so that was good. So I was basically in San Diego. The thing you do is you eat California burritos there. Sometimes they'll call them Baja burritos, sometimes they'll call them San Diego burritos, sometimes they'll call them California burritos. But they are so good, and they are so generous with their portions and the amount of meat that they put in them compared to even Texas, where for the same price, you mainly get rice.
Taylor doesn't even like French fries. I mean, every time I go to San Diego, it's California Burrito City. Mm-hmm. I'm eating 10 of those bad boys.
At least it's easily the best thing to get there.
The sour cream, the cheese, the carne asada, you name it.
The guacamole, the pizza.
Well, no avocado for me. Gonna get.
Oh, that's right.
No aguacate.
I'm sorry, Geese.
Did you see any seals or sea lions?
Yes. Actually, on our little kayak thing, we went on a kind of longer one, so it was about 2 hours. So we get around to where there is a huge sea lion, I would say 10-foot-ish, big animal. And it was very like distressed because we were getting near pups doing like real close circles and everything. So it swam under me and Guncan, and she freaked out because having an animal that large under you that's like in distress is a bit concerning. So we were all leaving at the time to, not stress the animals out. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of seals. Got to swim with some seals. That was also fun.
I saw this video of these women parasailing, but underneath them were a bunch of sharks, so they started freaking out. That seems scary.
That seems absolutely terrifying. Because if you just randomly fall out of the sky, like something's gonna attack you. Because it's like, what the heck? It's a bird, I guess.
Man.
I've been diving with seals before, and that's a little more fun because you can kind of like roll around with them, and they'll play with your fins and just kind of hang on to them. So that's really fun. We got to swim with some leopard sharks, which are incredibly fast. And there was one that was circling us that was very large, and I'm not sure if it was a leopard shark, because it also could have been a very baby great white, because there's a little nursery near where we were swimming.
Could be.
Who knows?
As everyone's favorite cartoon character says, could be. It's like Deputy Dog or something. Jackson really loves. I don't know. Blue gumshoe dog and his narrator friend.
That's such a good voice for a dog.
I don't even think it was the dog. Maybe it was the narrator. It doesn't matter. Taylor, did you want to talk about Coco Ichibanya before you wrap up watching playing?
So we had one friend that we met while we were there, a person who we met who later became a friend, who drove us around everywhere. Drove me to a water polo practice, drove me to all the food. I spent so much time with him, and he had never had Japanese curry before. And I said, I got good news for you. There's a Coco Ichibanya here. And we drove like 25 minutes to get there, and he said it was spectacular. So that was good.
Now remember, Taylor, if you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, you call them Coco Curry, or I'll also accept Coco-ich. That's a good
Coco-ich.
There you go. Perfect.
Is what I was suggesting to him, and that's it's fantastic.
Perfect.
Chicken cutlet omelet all the way.
All the way. Don't get it to go, I say, because now you can get those to go. It doesn't taste as good to go.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they had a lot of reservations about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think they prepare it differently now. Okay, Taylor, are we prepared to move on to Poka News? Poka News of the week. Guys, Sarah B. Joe got our back again, as he does every week, with Poka News of the week. Pokemon Go Ultra Unlock Better Together event has already started rolling out in Asia as of this recording from July 17th at 10 a.m. through 10 p.m. July 22nd. Make sure to catch a tandem mouse. Look, they introduced him. Geese to the game. Look at the baby mice.
Baby.
And also, Ultra Unlock Strength of Steel has been revealed. Togedemaru. From July 25th, 10 a.m. to July 30th at 10 p.m. We are finally getting shiny Togedemaru, so catch your shiny Togedemaru.
Togedemaru.
It's a very fun Pokemon to say.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
I thought you were giving me the biggest fake laugh of all time. Like I had tried to make a joke and it was bad. And I was like, I like that, Geese. And you were like, ha 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 ha.
I haven't had a breakdown on the podcast in a while. I deserve one as a treat.
Oh,
she does love treats.
Adding to your eating.
Ooh. Now, everyone, it is time to discuss an episode of Pokemon. Episode 56 of Horizons, to be specific. Taylor, why don't you, since you weren't even here, why don't you tell us what happened last time on Pokes, and also your score for last week's episode?
Oh, this is good. Because I was going to do a one-sentence synopsis previously on Pokes, but I can actually talk about it. The whole time I was watching it today, I was just thinking, poor Geese. Poor Geese, battle after battle after battle. And the only things that were interrupting battle was Liko having an inner monologue and Dot having conversation with someone with intense social anxiety. Those were your reprieves. I am so sorry, Geese.
That's this week, but yeah, last week.
Last week was very good. They started the exam portion where they got to team up with their examiner and take on a member of the Elite Four. Roy's fight was incredible. Dot's was very interesting. Dot's, I think, of the three of them, I think Dot had the most realistic fight. How I would see a student who's just starting out at an academy having a fight. Being next to their examiner saying, I don't really know what to do. Like, I would freeze up.
I predicted you would like that episode. Geese and I did not care for him. But what was your score? What was your score of the week?
Let's see. I'm thinking around a 9. Somewhere around there.
We gave it maybe like a 6.
Maybe like an 8.8.
Oh my god! Wow.
Why did y'all not like it?
It was boring. Not a lot happened.
Yeah.
Roll back the tapes. Listen to last week's episode. You'll hear our thoughts on it.
Yeah.
All right.
I could see that. I just think that I liked Roy's fight so much, and I was so excited during his fight that probably is skewing my score.
Like, he didn't learn anything. Like, what was his plan? Like, he had no plan.
Well, Roy's never had a plan in his life, first of all. He's building off of what's around him. So he's playing a very reactionary game, which I think works really, really well for him. Kind of building on his improvisation, appreciating opportunities. He learned from the previous gym leader, or the Elite Four member that he was opposite. I thought it was sick.
Well, spoilers.
You won in our hearts.
Spoilers. Last week I didn't care for the episode. I wasn't enjoying watching it. This episode this week I actually did enjoy quite a bit. But we'll get to scores later. Geese Peep, please tell us the name of this week's episode in English.
Liko vs. Rika, Beyond the Battle.
Or in Japanese, Liko. And I wanted to say basis, but it sounds like Liko says BS in the intro. So I guess I'll go with BS. Liko VS チリバトルの先に Geese Peep?
Yes?
Taylor, tell Geese Peep, or actually request of her, ask her, would she enjoy giving us a one-sentence synopsis for this week?
Geese, I have a proposition for you. Why don't you tell me if you would do us the honor of giving us a little tidbit, a little sneak preview of this episode of Pokemon?
Sure, Taylor. Here's my synopsis. Gamers never lose when they have fun and lose themselves in the battle.
Wow.
Oh.
Episode 56. Liko's battle versus Rika is about to begin, and her old roommate Anne is very nervous in the stands with Dot and Amona and Roy. And Geese Peep, you did such a good job on the screenshots because Esper is in the stands contemplating its existence, and Geese did a triple zoom in of Esper's face. Very good.
Laughing.
And Geese's prediction last week comes true, and it's suspiciously so. Feels like she watched episodes ahead of time, but exactly.
You think I do that?
Absolutely.
You think I do that? Why is everybody sounding like they're just learning English for the first time?
You think I do more than the bare minimum?
You're taking great screenshots, Geese, so absolutely.
Terapagos is in his little bag with leg holes, which could have, honestly, Liko, maybe a mistake. Because he uses his leg holes to walk away, just like Geese said.
I was gonna ask about that. Why didn't, because this is a custom bag. It's not like this is the bag that they just bought. Why aren't there zippers over the holes? Because they're trying to keep it from being identified, right?
It's odd. It's an odd situation. Florigato and Low Kicks have, I kind of like this moment. They have a little pre-battle planning session. Did you see them just talking to one another?
Yeah, it was great.
Geese is getting notes from her producer. Liko is very nervous, just like Geese would be if she had to go last, and she'd be worried the whole time watching everybody else battle. So, guys, before the battle even starts, Rika stops everything because she's concerned that Liko is far too tense to battle. Here, Liko, why don't you go ahead and rub my Clodsire? That'll make you feel better. Wait, don't rub that Clodsire. It's poisonous. What are you thinking, Liko? Okay, you're good now. Theme song. Good start. We're back from the theme song. Doug Trio, use Dig. Clodsire, use Sludge Wave. Geese Peep, Rika is very smart to tell Doug Trio to dig first. Why is that?
Because the Sludge Wave damages their the other Pokemon on the team, but if he digs, he can avoid it and not get any damage.
Exactly.
Also,
yes, Geese. Yes.
How dare you ask me a question about battling and battle moves? You're lucky I knew that one.
But Doug Trio hits Floragato, and again they use the same moves. Magical Leaf Floragato, dodge the attack. And I gotta say, Floragato looking real sick, just lassoing her vine around one of Doug Trio's head and flying high in the air. But Geese, she gets so high in the air that when she lands, what happens?
Her little legs vibrate because of the shock. And her ankle
that's
hurts.
what happened.
She's in so much pain. Her whole body's shivering. She's crying. Doug Trio, use Rock Slide. Floragato, you gotta move out of the way, but she can't. Her legs, she can't. So low kicks. Oh, by the way, for some reason we forgot to mention this. This is, of course, a tag team battle with Katie, the Bug-type gym leader that Liko, of course, had her...
Shouts out to Katie.
Had her original...
Test.
Basics training course.
Yeah, there you go.
Gym leader. But her sick low kicks uses Throat Chop and breaks all the rocks to protect Floragato. And now
These two are so sick.
Low kicks is the sickest Pokemon of all time. Now it's time for a mid-break battle conversation about occupied minds. Everybody stop battling because we got to talk. Don't worry, Liko. You'll learn a lesson by the end of this battle. And then we immediately cut to Dot and Quaxley in the school library. They're chasing after Terapagos and Geese. Dot needs to exercise more because this girl has zero endurance.
Girl needs to take a break and rest on a bookshelf where she discovers that, oh, it's my favorite magazines.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a manga about which we will later learn Paradox Pokemon. So this is very exciting.
She really does need to work on her training. Normally, I would say, train as much as you need to. She's being constantly pursued by an evil, allegedly, organization.
Taylor, there's no time to worry about these books, magazines, manga. We gotta run up these stairs. Geese Peep, there's a girl upstairs. Oh my goodness gracious, it's Penny. The incredibly important character from Scarlet and Violet, Penny, with her trademark Eevee backpack. She's actually kind of similar to Dot in a lot of ways, with the social anxiety, with the interests, and the coding.
And the colored hair. 2 tones.
Taylor, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I hate the blue and red hair. It's popular in anime now, and I think it looks dumb as all get out. One of the recent Fire Emblem games, they had the 2 main characters with the red and blue hair. Couldn't take those character designs seriously. It doesn't look good. It just looks like one of those little bomb pops from the Ice Cream Man.
Exactly. It looks like they're trying so hard. That's what I don't like about it. Like, Dots looks really cool because it's like a 2-tone. They're kind of close to one another. The red and blue is like, oh yeah, okay, you're like a twin of fate or something, I guess.
I think it looks like toothpaste.
Yes, looks like toothpaste
like
too.
Aquafresh. Nice.
Exactly.
Good job, Geese.
But enough talk of the hair. Penny has the Terapagos bag. And these 2 little introverts are behaving very strangely. They attempt to communicate, challenge impossible, Geese. I'll be honest with you.
It's really funny because it's good for me and Geese this episode because we are just learning English. They just seem like they've never interacted with another person before.
Yeah, just a couple of people who are on the internet all day. This is their first time talking to a human being in IRL, as they say, in IRL life. Terapagos pops out of the bag, and yet another person we can write on the list is aware of Terapagos. Half the town knows. And so, of course, Dot just says, oh, please don't tell anybody. Okay.
Yep. And at this point, I'm thinking zipper. Just a zipper or a button or a flap or anything to prevent the head from coming out.
So then Penny walks away, still holding the bag, still stealing Terapagos, and she knows Dot's name. So this is great.
I was very upset when that happened, and I was like, Dot, you better tackle this person.
No, Penny's good. She's great. Well, that's enough of that scene. Cut to Rika using the exact same move she always uses. And Florigato using also the same move she always uses. Guys, why don't we just go ahead and reuse the animation too? Who cares? Okay?
Yeah.
Just use the same voiceover. Go ahead. But at least we get the sick Pokemon battle music everybody loves. And then, Geese Peep. I know how much you love battles, so I know you're going to love this part. Florigato jumps off of Doug Trio's head, uses a magical leaf, and it's so sick. And off to the side, we see the Ice-type gym leader, Grusha. They say Grusha in Japanese. Maybe in English it'll be Grusha too. But in my head, I've always said Grusha. Grusha and Gita are watching. Grusha thinks that Liko's battling is interesting. And Gita says that's rare for you to think that about somebody.
I have a question about that. What was Grusha, Mother Grusha, saying was interesting?
Grusha is male. Rika is
I know, but Russia, you say.
Oh, I see the joke.
Yeah.
I do. What's the question?
What was Grusha saying was interesting? Because it looked like just every Pokemon fight we've ever seen is what we're currently seeing.
Geese, go ahead and answer Taylor's question.
Oh, yeah. Battle breakdown with Geese. Let's go, Geese.
He doesn't really say. He just says that, oh, that's how she uses moves, but doesn't specify what that means.
All right.
Sick. And just wait till the end of the episode when they go into full detail and depth about this. Clodsire, use Mud Shot. Doug Trio, use Rock Slide. Florigato reflects the mud with her sick little vine, but not the rocks. So
thought you were just going to go, Florigato.
Lokix, use Lunge. Oh my god, Lokix is so sick. Florigato, quick attack. But Clodsire uses Poison Jab, and it looks like it's going to be curtains for Florigato, and we get a commercial break. But right after that commercial break, Lokix. Oh my god. Guys, sit down for this one. If you're doing what you normally do and standing to listen to this, you better sit down for how sick this is. You're going to trip and fall.
It's very sick.
My boy Lokix. I got to get a shiny Lokix after this. I got to hunt a Lokix after this recording.
I was about to ask how the shiny was.
He's sick, I think. Lokix engages its super sick Super Sentai mode, activates its extra legs, jumps so fast to push Florigato out of the way of the poison appendages. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It's like
it's like a better version of the Quicksilver Iron Man scene in Age of Ultron.
It's so cool.
What?
This is why... Yes, Geese?
What was that, Geese?
What are you talking about, Taylor?
Spoilers for Age of Ultron 10 years ago. Quicksilver pushes Iron Man out of the way of a bullet and dies.
Spoilers. Also, same for X-Men First Class. There's a Quicksilver scene there.
Yeah, but this was more of a, took the hit for. Because that's what Lokix was doing.
I see. But
there was purpose.
But Taylor's right. Lokix takes the hit from the poison jab instead, and he's poisoned. But, Geese Peep, Lokix has now been put into a bit of a pinch, and you know what that means. He activates his ability Swarm, and now Bug-type moves are even stronger. When Lokix activates his ability and goes Kaioken times 10, Doug Trio's face is hysterical. I hope you all pause it, because his little eyes turn so big. when he sees Lowkick's power.
So scared.
And then
it's
Katie's,
a Gundam fight.
And then Katie says she can't hold back anymore. It's time for serious business. Struggle Bug. Oh my god, another Mudshot Rock Slide. But Lowkicks doesn't give two poops. He's going wild, and it's some of the sickest battling we've ever seen. Oh my god, the bounce.
So cool.
The music's going hard. Lowkicks is just demolishing these Pokemon, but oh my god, the poison. No, Taylor, his little Power Ranger eyes, they start flashing, and he can't battle anymore. Oh my god. We didn't mention this before, but I don't actually recall ever seeing fireflies in my life. And when I was in Philadelphia and saw, I would not believe my eyes, Geese. When I saw fireflies, I was losing it. I was thinking,
I forgot that they get those up there.
I said, oh my god, if you were a little peasant and you were just watching fireflies, you'd go, oh, look, it's the supernatural. It's real.
Yeah.
That's witches and ghosts over there.
We used to catch them in jars.
Yeah. I'm plowing over here.
Come get your poibles and get the jars ready.
It's all up to Liko now. But wait, Doug Trio's paralyzed. I have a lot to say, so I don't even know where to begin, but let's continue with the episode. So Florigato pumps herself up. We're about to cut back to Dot and Penny, but before we do that, let me just say, Doug Trio's paralyzed. Why doesn't Florigato just go after the paralyzed Doug Trio and win the day? And I'm sorry I have to spoil. I have to jump ahead, but I can't focus on Penny and Dot right now because I have something to ask you, Geese.
What's up?
Am I crazy? Did they not say that the Elite Four members were not allowed to terrestrialize?
Yes, there are so many rule violations.
I also noted that, but maybe they meant that the tag team person can't terrestrialize.
I guess, but none of the other Elite Four members did it. This is the only time. And they were like,
maybe we misunderstood the rules and it's only your gym leader partner can't terrestrialize. Maybe.
Also,
we're jumping ahead.
Well, did we talk about Glalie?
Last week when he was on screen, we did, yes.
Oh, okay. So I did want to talk about that. Glalie got robbed. What's her name? Sandwich? Got robbed.
No, that's how real Pokemon works. When you have a Pokemon battle, if you use self-destruct, you lose. If it's your last Pokemon.
They said as long as one member of the Elite Four crew goes down, you win.
But that's not, the self-destruct clause is different.
Okay,
everybody was knocked out. Everybody was knocked. Yes, everybody was knocked out, and you lose first. I believe it even works the same way in the TCG. But anyway, we cut to Dot and Penny. They're sneaky squatting in a little balcony hallway thing, and Dot gets nervous about the suspicious explorer school staff woman, everybody's favorite character, Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Or
Chelsea.
In the Japanese fake name she gives, Agepon, or fried bread. That's kind of fun that they all give themselves little food nicknames.
Mm.
But anyway, I'm laughing, Geese, because this is going to be completely different in English, clearly. But we get a translator's note in this scene, which I'm laughing, because it's making the joke of why Penny is calling her Agepon Sensei. She shortened to Age-sen instead of Agepon. So it's a whole Japanese thing. Everybody loves it. While they're discussing that, Terapagos escapes again, straight to the library, right where Agepon is digging through books. We hear the Terapagos yelling, Geese, so can't believe it's not found. I'll tell you that much. Dot runs down, grabs it, and then Chelsea Agepon tries to stop her. But luckily, Dot is clever, and she distracts Agepon, talking about that manga from earlier, Occulture.
Yeah, the occult.
I have a question.
Yes, Geese.
Did the explorer woman recognize Dot, or did she never interact with Dot and so doesn't know that Dot is a Voltac?
I don't think anybody knows Dot. That's my guess.
I was about to say she does know Dot, and they would have that data. Penny definitely knows Dot.
Correct. Okay, that's true.
Because of what Taylor just said, and I was thinking Dot was always behind the scenes until very recently in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
Maybe
just the Rayquaza fight.
So I don't know. I do not know the answer to that question.
I'm going to say she doesn't recognize her.
Taylor has famously been wrong before.
It's happened.
Such as Spinal's Behem.
Yeah.
I asked because I thought initially the book that she puts back on the bookshelf, that was like she was laying a trap or something, and knew that Dot was part of the group. That's why.
Are you talking about just one of the random Occulture books, or are you talking about the Scarlet book?
The Scarlet book.
Oh, yeah. Scarlet book's very important. I don't think setting a trap for... We'll get into Scarlet book in a second. Agapon says very dramatically, some truths are best unlearned, Dot.
So weird to say during a library session.
Yeah.
And then the mysterious violin music comes in, and Dot is spooked. So then Agapon puts up the Scarlet book, like Geese was saying it. Dot grabs it, and oh my gosh, there's a Terapagos in here. Look, Terapagos, it's a drawing of you in your little terrestrial stellar form. How about that? And by the way, this book is written by Heath, which of course in Japanese is Heather. You know, Heath or Heather, the man with the mustache. Very funny to me.
Sick.
And Dot and Penny discuss these events, but Penny, look, I'm hearing yelling from the battle from my friend Liko. I gotta go. We'll save the universe later. Let's exchange numbers first.
Quick anime minute. When they introduce themselves in Japanese, I think it's Botan is Penny's name, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Botan was Yusuke Urameshi's handler in everybody's favorite show,
Yusuke Urameshi. So, and Taylor's Anime Minute of the Week. Then we cut right back to the battle. Magical Leaf, Mudshot. And again, like I said, Liko, attack the paralyzed Doug Trio. It's weak to grass moves. You got an easy win. Quick attack, Mudshot, Poison Jab, Vine Wrap. Yes, Geese? Taylor?
Quick question. Yes, Geese? Okay, I'll go ahead. Thank you, Geese. So, the stipulation is one of the Elite Four Pokemon has to be unable to battle.
Knocked out.
Okay, not Low Kicks gets knocked out, but the fight is still going on.
Your partner can be knocked out. It's just your Pokemon get knocked out or one of Elite Four's Pokemon.
Okay, so your examiner is safe above all else. Gotcha.
Oh my god! Floragato learns acrobatics and does quite the kick on the Pokemon she shouldn't be attacking, again, if you ask me, Clodsire. Mudshot. Well, guys, looks like Liko's finally learned her lesson. Immersion and become one with Floragato. Geese, just like Z moves in Alola.
Yeah, she says, when I immerse myself in battle, I can sense what my Pokemon feels.
It was so funny because they were building up to like the reason for battling or something, and I thought it was going to be this big life lesson or something, and she's like, I just can sense Floragato's feelings.
And we have fun when that happens. Floragato, terrestrialize! And then I write, wait, why is Rika terrestrializing? That's against the rules. Magical Leaf, Earth Power! Oh god, Floragato's KO'd. Liko loses. She recalls Floragato back in the Pokeball, starts crying all over the Pokeball.
They used the whole animation budget on her crying.
That was a very, very intense crying animation. And then Geese Peep, Katie comes over to hug and console Liko. Do you remember what she says to her?
Better luck next time. That's right.
Tears like these are something to cherish.
Bitter tears.
Also, right as she starts crying, you can tell this was a different animation team, or they just like increased the budget up by like twice as much. Do you notice that?
Geese, I just said that.
Where were you, Geese?
Oh.
Taylor said that verbatim like 5 seconds ago.
Where was I?
Yeah, where you been, Geese?
Were you talking to your team?
No.
Probably. What if she just has
sorry.
me muted and she's guessing everything I'm saying through your reactions?
All right. Well, then we cut to all the kids talking to Liko, but Geese Peep, Liko's so confident. Roy can't believe it. Because Roy's saying, oh, man, you guys did so great. And Liko says, heck yeah, we did great. Which, in Japan, that is not how you're supposed to react to a compliment. You're supposed to go, oh, no, it's fine. No, I'm not good. You're supposed to say, nonsense. No, I could be so much better, is the correct response in Japanese.
Yeah, Liko, come on.
Then we cut to Dot. She's checking out the Scarlet Book from the library, and Grusha walks straight up to Liko. Starts to say one sort of odd, vague sentence, and Gita pulls him away. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the real theme of this episode is how awkward can two people be when trying to communicate with each other?
I am going to... Yes, Geese?
I was going to say what they said. The
Go on, Geese.
They said, if that's enough to raise your spirits, you're pretty rigid. Which, what does that even mean?
Great question, Geese.
She learned a new move. Maybe Mother Grusha wanted to have Liko attack the paralyzed Doug trio as well.
Yeah, maybe in English it'll make sense. We'll have to see when they add it to Netflix. Roy wants more strong battles. Dot shows off the Scarlet Book to all the kids, and Liko says, wow, that's so cool, Dot. Looks like this truly is the start of a new adventure to be continued.
My question for both of you is, which of the three kids did you think did the best?
Well, last week was a long time ago, but Roy was pretty sick, huh? I
Dot
like Roy.
won.
Dot won, but she cried about it afterward and said, I didn't really win. It's only because you helped me win. And Roy lost, and he was like, that was the greatest day of my life. So let's go with Roy.
Everybody in Roy's battle, everybody won.
Everybody wins, yeah. I forgot what I was going to say, but Geese Peep, it's now time for Frito's Seminar of the Week, this week with Clodsire of all Pokemon.
The fish.
Clodsire, the spiky fish Pokemon. They may seem
That's right, a fish.
They may seem carefree and careless, but it has a certain hidden weapon it uses to protect itself. Is it A, spikes, B, throwing stars, or C, hammers?
The answer is, of course, toxic spikes.
Correct. When attacked by an opponent, it counters by extending poisonous spikes from its back. And a wise one hides its spikes.
Question. When did you start saying correct instead of yes?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry for asking.
Get off her back.
What's your deal?
I was just expecting it.
What's the cute animation of the week this week, Geese? In the Frito Seminar of the Week.
A Clodsire floating on a river with some Paldean whoopers on its back and Captain Pikachu on a little leaf. And we see Squawkabilly's about to dive and attack, but then they get hit by the spikes.
Because that is a clever Clodsire who knows when to use toxic spikes and when to fold them. And those Squawkabillies go flying away. Guys, I wasn't into last week's episode. I wasn't having that much fun watching it. This week, Loki. Okay. Before I say anything, easy 9.0. I almost maybe even a 9.5. Let's go 9.0. Let's be reasonable here. Whoa. The battling with low kicks was some of the sickest battling we've ever had in Pokemon. And they did exactly what I needed, which is intersperse the battles with super cool plot important stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you two aren't aware of how important the Scarlet Book talking about Paradox Pokemon and Penny are, but this is huge. We're seeing pictures of the ultimate forms of Terapagos. This episode had everything. The only thing it could have used is more cute moments, but other than that, easy 9.0. What an episode.
I see.
I did like it. The only thing that was confusing to me was what they were exactly trying to say that they haven't already said about battling in Liko. I guess they really, really hammered in that battling, you become connected to your Pokemon. But I feel like we've already learned a lot of lessons from battles.
It learned acrobatics. That's the lesson we learned.
I guess so, but
yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
Maybe it was a bad translation. Who knows?
Who's to say?
What's Geese's score of the week? What did you feel about it? The episode?
I give it a 9.
Ooh.
Wow, Geese!
I liked lore. I liked the dot stuff. I thought the battle was overall entertaining, and it helped that it was cut by story stuff. It felt important, and it felt like it was leading the story somewhere, and it didn't feel like filler.
Yeah, very important. Taylor, how did you like this week's episode? Especially since you gave yesterday's Dumpster Fire a 9 or an 8.8.
So, listen. I'm going to
11.
I'm going to clarify something for you. I watched these episodes back to back in a hospital waiting room today. So my scores
are episode.
Yeah, my scores are kind of blending together. Like I was almost seeing the Liko fight alongside the Roy fight, and I'm sitting there just saying, that's so sick, because they were both incredibly sick. I'm going to try to divide them. Overall, I'm going to say 9.0 is the score of both episodes put together. Like, that's the average of the two. That's the only thing that I can do, because literally back to back.
That's all I can do. What an episode. Low kicks. My
Very
boy.
good.
God, he's so
That
sick.
Gundam, when she said, I can't hold myself back anymore, I was like, so when she yelled out struggle bug, I wasn't thinking it was gonna just be super sick satellite attack. Like, it was so cool. That, low kicks. Way to go, buddy.
Way to go, Low Kicks. You carried this episode. Your battle was all over social media, so I was spoiled for this episode way ahead of time. Great episode. We all loved it. Great work, everybody who worked on this episode. Like Geese said, and Taylor did not say 5 seconds prior. Clearly a new team worked on it. They put all the animation budget. Geese Peep, let's move on to the wrap-up. It's clear here that we have covered it. We like the episode.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can find us at social media, Look, Listen, Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Please like and comment so more people can find us. Thank you. And thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can find him at twitch.tv/KeithSquared.
Shouts out to
Professor Boilerplate
for the tickle bits and the website. Thank you, our supporters. You can support us on a recurring basis. Why is it Irish every time? What about that sentence is Irish?
It's supporters.
Thank you, our supporters.
Thank you, supporters. You truly are home away from home.
A recurring basis, do a one-time donation. Go to looklistencast.com. There's links there. And on the air, if you go to the podcast services, I believe. Also, recommend the podcast to your friends and family and nieces and nephews. Still 0 swears. So, count them up. It's still 0.
Yep.
And then finally, please send your questions to looklistencast@gmail.com. Geese Peep, please read this week's question from Artie Fine.
Artie Fine says, I recently caught a perfect 4-star...
Our boy goes to all the trouble of putting a subject line, and you ignore it,
Okay.
Wow, Geese.
Artie Fine sends a message with the subject line, sweeten the deal. He asks,
Ooh.
I recently caught a perfect 4-star Vanillite in Pokemon Go, and now I can't stop thinking about ice cream. What is the all-time best dessert?
Easy, Artie Fine. The cheesecake that we used to call Marcy's cheesecake because it was the recipe from my aunt's husband's mother, but because my grandma made it so much, she kind of was annoyed that everyone was calling it Marcy's cheesecake and not her cheesecake. But that was the best dessert I've ever had. It's such a good cheesecake. You could put blueberry compote on it if you want, or it's just as good by itself. Yum, yum, yum.
I like, and I can't eat this anymore, but I like a ice cream sandwich with hard, crunchy chocolate chip cookies and some kind of ice cream in the middle, probably vanilla. That's very good.
Interesting. Taylor, what's your favorite dessert?
First of all, Artie Fine, I'd really like to thank you for that subject line. Very good subject line. So glad we read it and gave it its due respect. As far as desserts go, I'm going to say either Bananas Foster, because it's very fun to watch being prepared.
Ooh. At the yogurt place I used to go to in high school that was next to the dog grooming place, they used to have Banana Foster frozen yogurt, and it was so good, and they don't have it anymore.
The yogurt place or Bananas Foster's frozen yogurt?
How many S's are in Bananas Foster's is what we need to first of all cover.
It's Bananas Foster.
Apostrophe S?
So 2.
Okay.
And there's a silent one before the F as well. So 3.
Let me go to Kroger's. I need to get some Bananas Foster's.
Sorry, continue.
So the other one is also a cheesecake. I've had it one time because it was improperly prepared. So when Guncan and I first met at the start of the pandemic, she wanted to make me a cheesecake for my birthday. She calls my aunt in Pennsylvania, home of the fireflies, bosom flies, and my aunt gives her a recipe. Guncan does not follow the recipe correctly because a water bath is something really weird. She dunks the cheesecake in the water bath, and the whole thing fills up with water. She then takes it out of the water bath and bakes it in order to dry it out. I ate it, and it's easily the best cheesecake I've ever had. And I don't know what to do with that information. I don't know.
You heard it here first. Take a bath with your cheesecake before you bake it. It'll be tasty.
It was so good.
Now, for all the doofuses out there who tell vehicles to run over people on oncoming traffic, what is a water bath supposed to be?
So mainly it's to prevent the outer layer of something from drying too much and cracking or burning. I do it if I'm ever baking something with eggs. I do it for cheesecake is a really obvious one.
But
that would be the answer to the question, why would you do a water bath? But my question is, what is a water bath?
You don't
it's just a...
Yeah, you put like the pan or whatever it's in water. You don't actually put the food itself in water.
I don't know.
And you can also, so the idea is just creating a bunch of steam. So you can just put normally you want something very shallow and wide so it can evaporate. You can just put that on like the lowest rack of an oven.
I'll have to look it up later because I'm lost. I'm confused. I don't understand. Artie Fine, thank you so much for your question. Geese Peep, are there any last minute additions to desserts you want to add? I got to shout out dark chocolate and affogato. You give me espresso shots and a nice vanilla bean ice cream, get out of town. That's a dessert. You kidding me?
What's everyone's favorite ice cream?
It was only sold in 1994 or 95 at Baskin Robbins. It was the green mask ice cream. I'll never eat it again, and I'll never be as happy as that day.
Oh, no.
Geese was not born yet.
Mine is double chocolate mousse tracks. So with like a rich chocolate base with mousse track filling. So Reese's cups and chunks of chocolate.
Ooh. Interesting. I am what's it called? There's a place in Los Angeles that does it really, really well. It's called like True Milk ice cream. Used to be vanilla because I think vanilla is the unsung hero of ice cream.
Especially with coffee and espresso.
Mm-hmm. They make this ice cream that doesn't have any additional flavoring. It's just milk or it's just cream and sugar, and it's so good.
Yeah, you see milk ice cream all over the place here. Korean milk cream ice cream, whatever.
Very good. If you ever get a chance, try it.
Alrighty, fine. Thank you so much for the question. Now we all want dessert. Thank you so much, animators and script writers and scenario designers of Pokemon Horizons, because this week was great.
And Geese's team, great job,
and Geese's entire all the team, the producers, the
they
grips,
work hard.
They work hard. It's time to say goodbye, everybody. See you next week. Hopefully, next week is a good episode. I hope so, because it may be cute.
Cadet, how could it be bad?
Taylor, say goodbye. Geese is going to say goodbye 3 times. I will say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Peep. Thank you for listening to the Geese Peep Productions podcast.
Geese Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Enterprises is a Dow 30 company